everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I wanted to basically share my experience as a single mom. The pros, the cons, the ups and downs, stuff like that. So I guess I'll just start out with sharing my story of how I basically became a single mother. So what happened was I met my 12-year-old daughter, her father, when I was 15 and he was 17. We were together 8 years. I don't know, I didn't get pregnant until about 4 years into the relationship. I was 19, and I was so excited. I was thrilled. But after I had my daughter, something inside me just changed. I started getting strange feelings. I can't even to this day explain what I was really going through. I don't want to sit here and bash him. I'm not gonna make it that type of video. He had his faults, and I had mine, of course. But maybe I felt that I was missing out on life. I had no sort of life experience, And I didn't want my daughter growing up hearing and seeing things that she would have, if we had stayed together. So when she was 3, we separated. I apologize if I sound tired. I've been running around all day long, and so I'm taking a nice hot bubble bath to kind of relax. So, but I figured it was a good time to make this video since I had nothing else to do besides take a bath. So let's see. When my daughter, I didn't want my children close in age at all. I've seen a lot of kids that were 2-3 years apart, and they constantly fight. The older one is almost always jealous of the baby. It's just, it's not for me. I don't want to deal with that. I wanted to be able to give each of my children my full concentration. And when you have a 2-year-old and you have an infant, even if you have all the help in the world, your babies want you, you know, you're the mom, they want you, and they start to act out when they don't get your attention. And so that was my reasoning for waiting so long. Now, when my daughter was 7 is when I wanted to start trying. And I tried and I tried and I tried, and like I didn't think it was gonna happen. So I was sad for a long time, and you know, I went through it a lot. Like I actually got into like a little bit of drugs, like nothing hardcore like heroin or anything like that, but I did start abusing like Xanax. Then let's see, November of 2016, I found out I was pregnant, and I couldn't believe it. I was just on cloud 9, like I just couldn't believe it. And actually I ended up having a miscarriage, and that devastated me. But you know, I put it in God's hands, and I put my absolute trust and faith in God. And 6 months later, I got pregnant with my rainbow baby, Amaya Rose. So, you know, the Lord works in mysterious ways, I guess. So, okay, having a 12-year-old with a newborn is amazing. She is so helpful. If I need her to do anything, like, I don't need her to do much, but, you know, she wants to help, and so I allow her to do that. You know, she wants to babysit her and stuff, and I'm just like, no, no, no. You didn't go anywhere as a baby. I didn't let anybody babysit you, and it's the same thing with this one, because I don't know, my opinion is when you become a mom, like, that's those children are your responsibility, you know, it's not anybody else's. And not only that, like, nobody is going to care for your child and protect your child the way you would, no matter who it is, you know. It's like I really have no complaints about having them so far apart. With my oldest, I did love being a young mom. I still consider myself young, but I mean young. I was 19. He turned 20 a month later, so I was really young, you know. But I feel just as young as I did then. Of course, I have like some aches and pains now, but I was in a car accident to where both of my feet were broken in multiple places, and it was awful. But you know, within 2 months I was walking again, and I was actually surprised how well I did, gaining 60 pounds with Amaya. I gained 60 pounds with both of my girls. And with the first one, with Amani, it took me about 6 months to lose all the weight. And the last 20 pounds was the hardest. And the way I lost the weight was I would walk in the morning, even she was born in October, so for that whole winter, I would walk every morning with her. I know a lot of women are like afraid to take their babies out in the cold, and I don't know, it's just bizarre. Like, the cold actually kills germs. Germs survive in the heat, they thrive in the heat, actually. So the cold is actually good for you and your children. It's good for the human body. And I would also do a 15-minute Pilates session at night. And that's how I lost the weight with her. With Amaya, I've lost, let's see, I went up to 210 pounds, and I'm at 170 now, so that is 40 pounds. So I have about 20 pounds to lose. I might try to lose a little more, maybe, we'll see. I might actually try to only lose like 10 more pounds. We'll see what happens. But, so I think that pretty much covers like why I waited that long. There is no, I can't think of anything bad about it. Bad about waiting that long. Like, people say that when, they want to have their kids close in age because they want them to experience or, be interested in the same things around the same time, and they'll have a friend, through school and stuff like that. Let me tell you, it is not, you are blessed if it works out that way, because no two kids I know that are close in age are interested in anything together, and if anything, they're like the meanest to each other. They're just constantly fighting. Me and my sister constantly fought. Are constantly fighting. My aunt's children, just every, I see it all the time. Even with strangers, I see it all the time. So that's what I would do. Like, if you guys can, if you're, conflicted on how far apart to have your babies, I would wait. Like I said, I wanted to start around 7. I think 7 is even a good age. But 12, because my daughter's at the age where she just kind of wants to do her own thing. She's becoming a teenager. She's becoming a young woman, and so she's really great with the baby. and Amaya loves her. She loves her sissy. It is so cute. It's the cutest thing. There's no jealousy there, and I love that. Like, I don't have to worry about that, you know? So, let's see what else. Well, I don't know. I really can't think of, like, too much else. I just, I just wanted to share that, like, how much I love having my girls, so far apart. I think you guys will probably realize by now, if you haven't already, that, like, I'm not these cookie cutter YouTube moms, I'm definitely a lot different than they are. I'm not into the trendy stuff, like, oh my god, don't feed your baby out of the jar because their saliva can cause a bacteria that, like, just the craziest stuff that women have been doing for time immemorial, and babies are fine, It seems to be the vaccinated babies that are the most sick. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. It's actually statistically the most ear infections, allergies, asthma, you name it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll see you in the next one. God bless.